Listen, I'm tired of these Islamophobe guys. Wesley Huff, Wes Huff, where are you at? Wes Huff, where are you at? You little wing Islamophobe. You came up overnight.
So, James, I also want to quickly demonstrate my abilities to play the shofar because I have been working on this, and I kind of want people to tell me if I'm good at it or not. It's pretty good, right?
And that was very beautiful.
AP, I think today was embarrassing for you. Can you answer the question that I posed to you in my introduction? Is Moses addressing the 12 tribes of Israel?
Yes.
Okay. Does he say the prophet like Moses will come from their brothers?
From among your brethren, yes.
Okay, so he's speaking to all the 12 tribes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, if I say to you, AP, take this $100 and give it to your brother, can that $100 go to you?
No, it would go to my family, probably, or from one of my brothers, including my brother, for example.
Beautiful. So who are the brethren of the Israelites?
Other Israelites.
This one coming in
from. He's addressing all 12 tribes of Israel.
You are so slow. You just asked me if you gave me money and said, give this to your brethren, could this apply to me? That is not the comparison. It would imply that I and my brother and others, for example, are Israelites in the comparison here. So if you gave me money and said, give this to your brother, I would then go ahead and give this to my fellow Israelite, as it is also in Deuteronomy 18.
Sancho Panza says, Central Dawa, I'm impressed that you and Muhammad finally exposed us Jews as worshipping Ezra. We kept that secret for so long.
This is a good point. In chapter 9, verse 30 of the Quran, it actually says that Jews say Ezra or Uzair is the son of Allah, and Christians say the Messiah is the son of Allah. And Muhammad also says in the Hadiths that Jews will stand before Allah and he will ask them what they believed. And they will say, we believed in Uzair, in Ezra, the son of Allah, for which Allah will send them to hell. However, no single Jew to this day has ever held such a belief. It's just very funny.
Okay, thank you very much. The statement concerning Uzair being the son of Allah was not made by all Jews, rather a sect of them. And this is similar to how some Christians deviated by attributing divinity to Jesus, while others did not. So the comparison to Christian claims, such claims, whether about Uzair or the Messiah, stem from exaggeration, misinterpretation of the divine nature. They imitate the ways of the previous disbelievers and attribute human qualities to Allah or associate partners with him. So
well, the problem here is that
the
problem is that the vast majority of Christians did believe in the divinity of Jesus, and especially around the time of the Quran, whereas not a single Jew in history is recorded to have believed that Ezra is the son of God. And also in the Hadith, this is further expanded on, where it is depicted as the general belief of Jews, which is just ridiculous nonsense. Your religion also commands that apostates like myself should be executed. So
100%, yes. Are we allowing for this guy to use the Quran as an L? Are we allowing him to make fun of my holy texts?
What's the problem?
Problem is you're having a intellectual debate.
You literally just said I deserve to be executed.
How many people are watching this live? 1.4K people.
You literally just said that I, as an apostate, deserve to be executed.
I swear by Allah. When I see you in February, I swear by Allah. AP, when I see you in February, you're going to be plastered everywhere on social media. That's my word in front of 1.4 thousand people.
Whoa, what does that mean?
When I see you in February, you'll see.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
What does that mean? Explain to us.
You'll see.
It sounds a little bit weird.
No. I'm going to take AP out for coffee. Take him out.
Main.
A nice little coffee date.
That doesn't really make it much better. So,
and then he's going to have a sword in his side, just like Paul did in the New Testament.
It's kind of funny because you literally just said that I deserve to be executed because I'm an apostate, and then you have an issue with the Al-Shaykh Quran.
You're 100% halal. You're 100% halal.
You got a lot of blood.
Wait, James, wait, can you say that again? Can you say that again, Central Dawa?
Your blood is halal. So he's not going to take it down. I'll see myself out. Modern day debates.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate it. Thank you. AP,
so you
lost. You got obliterated. You had the result to insulting. You got cooked. I'll see you in February.
Sounds like you don't even want to listen to me, Central Dawa. Well, we're not going to chase anybody. So Central Dawa left, took his ball and went home, and I'm not going to go chasing after him. It's like, all right, so long.
It's built into their mindset. We get to treat these people like garbage, and they have to treat us like kings in return. And they don't get it. We are not, have never been, and never will be your dhimmis. So if you want respect, you better give respect, because there's no scenario you're going to walk in talking trash, talking about us, and then tell us, oh, and by the way, only speak respectfully of our book and our prophet. No, those days are gone, ladies and gentlemen. Those days are gone.
Look how he starts.
And it appears to me that David couldn't handle this topic, so he had to send in his backup, AP, to try and debate me on this topic. Nevertheless, Christians, I think you have absolutely hit rock bottom, allowing an agnostic to defend this topic for you. Anyways, buckle up, because today's ride is going to be a bumpy one for the Christians and for Apostate Prophet.
It's like their goal is, hey, I'm going into a debate. Let me be as disrespectful, condescending, insulting as possible, but then be shocked when other people are not completely respectful towards me.
Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8 says, how can you say we are wise and the law of the Lord is with us, when actually the lying pen of the scribes has handled it falsely?
The entire book of Jeremiah is Jeremiah versus all the false prophets, who they have scribes as well, and they're receiving revelations, false revelations, that their scribes are writing down, saying that God has declared that we can do whatever we want and get away with it. No one will ever conquer us. So because no matter what we do, God will protect us. Jeremiah is saying that's not what the Torah says. What the Torah says is that if you rebel against God, he'll treat you just like the pagan nations. He'll treat you the same way. That's what it says. And you will be conquered if you're acting like this. But he's talking about the scribes there. The scribes of the false prophets are writing false things and saying, this is what God says. And Jeremiah's correcting them the entire time. That's not what the Torah says. That's not what the Torah says. These people are lying to you. That's what this is talking about. The lying pen of the scribes. They're writing false revelations. Not saying the Torah has been corrupted. What does the Torah say? It says exactly what Jeremiah was saying. No, if you rebel against God, you're in trouble too.
Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's see, where in the Torah and Injil can we find this unlettered prophet? Leading me into the prophet like Moses argument, beginning with Deuteronomy 18.
Deuteronomy 18:18 talks about a prophet like Moses who's going to come. We read what it means in context to be a prophet like Moses. They'll bring up all these different things. Oh, but Moses led a nation. Muhammad led a nation. Moses had a beard. Muhammad had a beard. Moses had this. Muhammad had that. Moses was the lawgiver. Muhammad was a lawgiver. Guess what? None of those things is what it's talking about in context. Right here, you have it at the very end. So you have the same book defining what it's talking about when it says prophet like Moses. Verse 10, Deuteronomy 34. Since then, no prophet has risen in Israel like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face. What's this talking about? Having a special relationship with God. Did Muhammad know Allah face to face? No, he got everything through the angel Gabriel. So as it's used in context, is Muhammad like Moses? No. Moses knew God face to face. So it's talking about someone who has such a close relationship with God, it's face to face. Who did all those signs and wonders? This is the other requirement. Did all those signs and wonders the Lord sent him to do in Egypt? It's talking about performing miracles. Did Muhammad perform miracles? Not according to the Quran. He couldn't. His only miracle is the lovely Arabic of the Quran.
When it's your turn to speak, I want you to shut. Circle down up.
Mr. Comedy Central. I don't know why he said like one circle dawa. I never said that. You can even make a joke and get it right. You keep on making this ridiculous point. You go to Deuteronomy 18:18, which says, I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their fellow Israelites. Now, let's say it doesn't literally say that. It says from among their brethren, which is why it's interpreted as Israelites. And I will put my words in his mouth. He will tell them everything I command him. Let's now look at what the text actually says. You can do something as easy as opening up an interlinear Bible and look at the text here. A prophet I will raise up for them from among their brothers, like you. Here is the term. You want to insist that because it says their brothers or their brethren, this must be about Ishmaelites or non-Israelites. There is a very, very simple refutation of this, dear Comedy Central Dawa. Go to Deuteronomy 17:15. It literally, and I'm literally teaching you right now how to study the texts.
You're helping him.
Be sure to appoint over you a king the Lord your God chooses. He must be from among your fellow Israelites, it says here. Do not place a foreigner over you, one who is not an Israelite. Now let's look at what this passage actually
Couldn't be clearer, could it?
It's the very, very same thing. Deuteronomy 17:15. Surely you shall set over you a king whom Yahweh, the Lord, chooses, your God, from among your brothers. This is the same word, from among your brothers, over you. According to your understanding, Deuteronomy 17:15 should now say that you should set up a ruler from among non-Israelites, from among, Ishmaelites or somebody else. However, here is the problem. The verse continues. It says that you may set over you a man who is not a foreigner, So you must set up a man from among yourselves, a man who is not a foreigner. He must be your brother, not a foreigner. This is a clear instruction, which is why it is understood universally so, to only put people who are from the tribes of Israel on top of your society. Only your fellow Israelites. You keep saying, who are you? Do you know better than the New Testament authors? Here is a New Testament author. It's Paul himself, literally saying that God gave it to the Gentiles and took it away from those Jews who rejected him to make the Jews jealous. And in the end, he will bring the Jews back into it. So this is literally what Paul himself says. He says, he interprets it as God giving it to the Gentiles. Yet here you are asking me, and acting like this is a crazy new suggestion.
Beautiful. You just went on a yab session for a minute. I'm going to ask you two questions. The word ethnos is singular. Yeah. Yes or no?
Yeah.
The word Gentiles is plural. Yes or no?
Gentiles, yes, it is.
So when it says that the nation will be given to a people in the singular, if Gentiles is
a people is singular. People is singular. You're treating a group as a unit.
People who are now seen as a collective who embrace the message of Jesus. Those are the people.
Where do you get this understanding from?
From the New Testament itself and the church.
Where?
I just told you. Read Romans and then get back to me.
It is the church.
Hey, AP. So
it is the Christians.
Oh my goodness, it's Muslims. Look, you see, this whole thing is about Muslims. Really, this passage about people rejecting the divine son and killing him. And then he specifically says, hey, other people that you regard as sinners are actually entering the kingdom of God ahead of you because they believe John, when John preached them, they believe me when I preach them. They're entering the kingdom of God ahead of you. So you guys don't control the kingdom. You don't control the kingdom. Other people will be in the kingdom. And this, of course, would include Gentiles. This includes everyone. Is this talking about Muslims taking over? The main gist of the entire passage is they say, we don't want we reject the, here's the son. We're going to kill the son. We're going to kill the son. He says, since you killed the son, therefore I'm replacing you with other people. It's going to be other people who reject the son. What's funny is he acts so, he says it's not Muslim. Oh gosh, he's an idiot, man.